Hello friends, it's me Vivian, and today in this super chatty video I'm going to show you how to make these really easy 1-minute Penpal pockets. You could also use these for journaling or any other type of crafting. Since this is such an easy tutorial, the actual explaining is only going to be about a minute and then I will do the decorating with a sped up process video and of course some talking along. The best thing about this is you do not need any measurements, but my paper, music paper, is about 7 by 5 inches. The only thing that's important to know, the only thing that would be like not a requirement, but I think this works best, is if one side is shorter than the other side. So you have a triangle piece of paper. Oh, I meant rectangle, not triangle. The direction of the paper also doesn't really matter. So what you do is you grab the bottom right corner and you fold it like so, as you saw on the screen, so that it's next to the top left corner. It would be nicest if the triangle tips are like next to each other, but it doesn't really matter if it's a little bit off. I mean, the pocket is going to be cute either way. So here you can see me fold it once again. I would always recommend doing a trial version with some paper you're not going to use anyway. As you can see, I'm trying to figure out which side I would like in the front. And the next thing you are going to do is mark the middle. I'm just using my nail to make a little, like a super, almost invisible mark. You could use a pencil or you could just eyeball it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to grab your right flap and fold it just over the middle that you've marked. So just over. You could fold it a little bit further. Mine is really trying to make like the most out of my paper, so you could fold it a little bit further so that it's easier to glue. But if you want a bigger pocket like me, then you can make it like a little more closely to the edge, if that makes sense. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do the same on the other half. So you're going to fold the left flap in and fold it just over that middle part so that you can, as you can see, mine is really cutting it close, but you can fold the left corner or the left flap into the right flap. I hope you can see that all right. And then that is basically your pocket. And if I would have folded this a little bit further over the middle flap, then of course it would have been easier to fold the left flap into the right flap, to tuck it into the right flap. But since I'm using glue on the bottom piece anyway, it doesn't really matter. So all I did and then is just put a tiny bit of glue at the bottom so that I create another pocket. Just gluing the left flap and the right flap in onto the back, if that makes sense. So here I'm showing it once again. I wanted to make multiple options. I think I folded it wrong this time. Yeah, this one has the flap the other way around. So the left or the right flap goes into the left flap. It's kind of difficult to explain, I'm realizing now, but once you're doing it, it's so simple. Like when you fold your paper, you will immediately see how the pocket is folded and how it's made. Like, it's not that difficult. And then for this pink version, I am going to use some washi tape to close off that bottom, but I ended up not liking it and I replaced it in the end. I'm not going to show all of the decorating of these pockets. Since I made 3, I am showing you 1, if I'm not mistaken. And then this is 10 by around 7. And then I am going to show you the end results. So these vintage book pages, the music note, it's actually quite funny. I found them in one of those mini libraries next to the road. I don't know if this is an international thing or if it's something that we do here, but basically people have these little mini libraries next to the road, next to their houses, and it's kind of like a leave a book, take a book type principle. And I found these beautiful music note booklets in there, and I was so pleased. It felt like they were on the floor actually, because they didn't fit into, like, on the sidewalk, because they didn't fit into the mini library, and I was so pleased. I was really excited. So I actually decided to decorate the largest pocket on camera. I am using some goodies from Album Love Handmade. I have done several unboxings of their Patreon and custom order box that I got. This is not sponsored, I'm just genuinely a fan, but you could make this in any style you like. And while I'm decorating, let me just chat along a little bit about random things, because that's kind of my thing. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. Some of you can, but I am extremely anxious, and that is not a joke. This will be my last video for a little while. I should tell you that as well. My last video for a while, because I'm taking a break over the summer. My boyfriend and I are going to the USA next week, yay, for 2 weeks, and then I have another week of holiday, which is actually filled with all sorts of things. And then I just decided to take some extra time to focus on myself instead of my YouTube channel and my Patreon and all of that, because I haven't been doing too well. Like, my anxiety right now is through the roof. I cannot remember the last time it was this high, but basically it's a combination of two things. It's my regular anxiety, because I have anxiety every day. Gotta love that. It's my regular anxiety, which has been quite high for the past couple of weeks, couple of months actually. And then now it's also the, oh shit, I'm going to the other side of the world next week holiday anxiety. And I could deal with either one. Like, I've been dealing with my regular anxiety, my day-to-day anxiety, which has been quite high. I've been dealing with that. Like, it's not fun, obviously it's not, but I've been dealing with it and we manage. And then I could potentially also deal with my holiday anxiety. I just always have that. Like, I stress about everything, and it's just like, you're gonna be in a different world, and that just kind of freaks me out, I guess. I'm sorry for the top of my head. I'm just adding some washi tape to reinforce the side of the pocket, and also to make it a little bit clearer that they are individual pockets that you could tuck goodies into, because there's multiple layers of these pockets. I could deal with that as well. Like, I've been going on holidays for very long, and for a very long time I've had that kind of stress around holidays, but to have both of them at the same time, it's just I'm laughing, but oh my god, it's just too much. Last night I was awake from 3 a.m. until 6 a.m. It's not fun. I'm laughing, but it's not fun. So that has been happening. And I think that, like, I already knew that I was going to take a break in August because of our holiday and stuff like that. And I just wanted to really focus on the trip and not worry about YouTube and not worry about, like, promoting my videos and stuff like that. And we're also going to have some things done in our house. Like, tomorrow we will have some guys come over to fix our attic. We had a leakage there a couple weeks ago, and the outside is already finished. The inside just needs to be repainted and stuff like that. So there's going to be guys in the house for 2 days. Absolutely hate that. Luckily I'm off to work for most of the time, so I don't have to be here, but okay, that's great. And then when we come back, we're actually jet lagged and all gonna have to demolish our downstairs floors, like our ground level floors, because we're getting new ones. Yay! In our hallway we have these really ugly tiles, or some people might not find them ugly, but they're like sandstone tiles, and I hate them. I've hated them ever since we bought the house, but it's just something that you keep postponing. Like, okay, it's just the hallway, we're not there, we don't live there, it's okay. And then now we decided, okay, we're gonna do the hallway floors. And then we also decided, you know what, we do not have a strong connection to the living room floors either. It's like this wood, I don't know what to call it. It's wood, but it's really light, and we wanted it to be darker, so we're just gonna have all of that done. So that's really exciting, actually. I'm really excited for that, for our house to become a little bit more our house, because the floors are still from the previous owners. I'm really excited about that, but it's such a hassle. We're gonna have to take out all the floors, and then there's gonna be people in our house for I don't know how long, and also we cannot walk on the floors and all of our furniture needs to go out. Oh my gosh. So it's a lot. So I decided, you know what, it's already gonna be enough to deal with. I don't want to put the pressure on myself to also focus on YouTube and stuff like that. And also I don't know when I'm gonna be able to do a voiceover if I'm working and if there's people in the house the rest of the time. I don't know. I think it should take about 2 days, so that's not too bad. So it's all sort of exciting things, like the holiday is gonna be really cool, and then getting new floors. I don't know, I'm such an adult nowadays that these things make me happy, but I'm just really excited about that once it's finished, of course. So it's all good things, apart from my day-to-day anxiety. That is just too much going on, and I don't know what to do about it. But most things that cause the anxiety are actually good things, or for a good reason, so I'm not complaining. It's just I did want to be honest about that, because I don't know, I'm hoping that when I come back it's all gonna be a thing of the past and I can just talk about, you know, how things are better now. But we will see. I don't know yet when I'm gonna come back. Same as last time, I'm just gonna give myself that time and come back whenever I want to come back. So it is, I'm calling it a summer break, but who knows, I might be back in winter. I am keeping my PO box open, and I will also be filming the mail that I'm receiving. Maybe I will upload that in between, but I don't know. The PO box mail is kind of slow these days, so that's okay. I don't have to like worry about mail piling up for filming. Anyway, like I said, the break is going to come in handy for my mental health as well, I think, or at least I hope. And I do always want to do these updates because I feel, can we just appreciate how perfect of a match these hydrangeas are for this pocket, because they fit the pocket to a T. It's like literally the same size. That was just such a big coincidence. I love it. But I always talk about how I'm getting better and how I'm doing well, and how anxiety is like how you can improve your life and therapy helps and this and that. And I don't only want to share the uphill experiences. Sometimes you're just going downhill. Sometimes you fall flat on your face and you don't know if you're ever gonna be better again. And that's part of life as well. Like, I know I'm gonna get out of this, and I know that in the end it will just be something of the past. So I also want to share those experiences. But anywho, we're going to the USA, like I said, and I might as well share some of the things we're gonna do, because I have a couple minutes left to do some more talking while you're watching me decorate. The pockets are now finished. Oh, by the way, the tiny words that I'm using are from my Patreon. It's on pause, so you cannot join, but when I come back you can if you want to. Anywho, these are the finished products. Look at them. I hope you enjoy them. You can see some of the goodies I tucked into them for inspiration. Like I said, I decorated the other two off camera, so this one you saw me do, and the other ones, I did one of them for Patreon, but I haven't uploaded it yet. Anywho, the USA. Yes, so we're flying to New York. We're gonna be there for a couple days. We're gonna see a Mets game. I don't know about that. We have friends living in the area, so we're gonna meet up with them for the Mets game, and then for the weekend I'm actually flying to we are actually flying to South Carolina, because we get to visit my cousin and her husband, who've been living there for a couple years. I'm so excited to see them. I haven't seen them in quite a while, so I get to see my cousin and her husband, and we get to spend the weekend with them and do some fun things, and then we fly back to New York on Monday, and we rent a car. We do some days of traveling with the two of us from Monday until Friday, basically, and then on Friday we meet up with the friends who live close to New York again, and then we have a full weekend with them. We're gonna go to, I forgot where, but we're gonna do some day trips from their home, and then we're also spending a night somewhere else in an Airbnb, and it's just there's gonna be like a beer and oyster festival, and it's just gonna be such a crazy experience, I think. And then on Monday we go back to New York with the two of us, and then on Tuesday we fly home and we will see the kitties again, and I'm very pleased about that. So it's gonna be, even though it scares the shit out of me, I'm also really excited. Yeah, It's gonna be a crazy experience, I think. So let me know if you're gonna make these pockets. By the way, I completely forgot to mention it, but I also saw some people on Instagram make these and then cut off the top flaps, so cut off the triangles so that it's a square pocket. I also really like that idea, so you could give that a try if you want to make a different version of this. Let me know if you end up making them. I would love to see it. You can always use the hashtag ThePaperLetterBlog. I check that out every once in a while, and I also share them here on my YouTube channel, and I will see you when I return. So keep an eye out for videos when I do. Okay, bye. Wishing you all a lovely summer, and I'm never really good at this, so I'm just gonna end it here. Okay, ta!